your mic?
1 2 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, I can see it. So that's the plan. We're gonna get like more in-person shit done.
Yeah,
Just,
so
like,
it's
with different people. Just like everyone uses StreamYard and that and does the same thing, innit? Like,
yeah.
So that's why we built this, so to have more space. Still watch the games here, still read the chat and just do shit like this. So it's good. I'm gonna get one of them Premier League trophies, Joe, for like my names.
Yeah. I've got them all now. I've got the big Champions League one. I've got the big Premier League one, and then I've got all the little ones. There's a guy on eBay, World Cup trophies or something. He sells the little ones, but they're proper metal.
Oh, are they? That's
sick. They're sick as fuck. I've got the World Club Cup. I've got the Super Cup. I've got everything.
That's mint.
And then I've got a League Cup, which all the players were given a box on. When they won the League Cup under Pellegrini, they were given a box with a metal League Cup, and one of the players must have given it away, and it ended up on eBay, and I ended up getting it.
That's sick.
Hey, I can hear you in the...
Oh, mic's on.
Mic's on.
Yeah. Yes, people! I didn't realise the mic was on at all then.
So we didn't say anything incriminating.
I know, we didn't cancel ourselves. Yes, people, welcome to the Big Steve Show. It's in person. We're here in person. Ollie couldn't be here today. Ollie was going to host this, and we'd have multicam setup kind of thing, like we've teased in watch songs and stuff, but not today. We'll do that in one. Going forward. Hugh says that was a great show. Yeah, the beginning bit is always the best bit. So yeah, it's Derby Day this weekend. Nerves for me are flying high. How are you doing, Steve?
I'm well, yeah, I'm good. Just had a Turkish shave. I've got a little bit of stubble. There's a few people out there like the beard, so I've left it growing. Don't know how long it's going to last, but it is what it is. I'm sharp and ready for the Derby on Sunday.
Yeah, you've trimmed up, haven't you?
Trimmed up now. This is eggshell blonde.
Eggshell blonde
and a bit of stubble.
Got the stubble going. Is by the weekend it'll all fall out, don't worry. It will for me. Do you get nervous for Derby Day? I've never asked you this.
Listen, when I was younger, there was nobody worse than me. I'd be like, for the full week, I'd get worked up about it. I'd think about every single scenario. I'd think about us winning. I'd think about us losing. I'd think about who was going to give me shit, who wasn't going to give me shit. The morning of the game, I'd have about 4 toilet breaks. I'd be on the beers early doors in the house, and yeah, it was bad then. But obviously, as you get a little bit older and a bit maturer and a bit better, the team gets better. You sort of relax. Listen, I don't peak too early now. I can cruise through the week. I've got things going on, but Sunday morning, Saturday night, I'll probably watch an old derby or two, get myself pumped.
Get ready for it.
I like the old Benjani and I like the 6-1, and I sort of getting my own little rhythm, and then I'll wake up Sunday morning and it'll be breakfast, and then like my son's coming with me on Sunday, my other son, and it's his first derby, so he's...
Oh, is it? Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, I've kept the lid on him for a while. I didn't want to introduce him to it.
Yeah, not too early.
If we get beat, he's never coming again, but... no, he's coming.
He's done.
He's done, he's finished. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, Sunday morning, there'll be nobody more nervous than me.
Yeah, I typically hate derby days. Like, I love winning, obviously. Everyone loves winning derby days. It's more just... I mean, growing up, they always used to beat us in that. We'd get the one-offs. So then it was like... going into school and that, getting like roasted off your mates. I remember
like Main Road, like we used to get hammered off them all the time, and we were 2-0 up once, and I thought, fucking hell, we're gonna win it. I'm gonna go in school on Monday. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say this. Gonna do that. Got beat 3-2, and another one we were winning 3-1. I thought that's it, buzzing. 10 minutes to go. Brian McClare, bang bang 2, 3-all, and I just said to my dad, it's never going to beat him, are we? Never going to beat him. And my dad was like, you will, don't worry, one day we'll do him and all that. And obviously now it's a regular occurrence.
Yeah, now it's most of the time, isn't it? Big up Matt O'Donnell with the 13 months. Yes, mate. It says, easy people. One of the great intros of our generation. Looking forward to the show. United in a spliff this weekend. Yes, mate. Big up for the member chat. 13 months is over a year now, mate. Big up. And I also seen Benno. Yes. Is it Benno or Bevo? It's Bevo. Yes, Bevo, mate. Yes, lads. Smoked that Tenag pack this weekend. Big Steve, what a guy. Yo, JP, lucky guy sitting by the big man. Closest I've got is meeting his auntie.
Leave my auntie alone, mate.
Yeah, you stay away from that. Know what I mean? Especially with this chat. Yes, Bevo, mate. Appreciate your super chat, bro. Are you do you feel like Luton will have a big effect on the weekend or what? Like, because a lot of people are saying it's just Luton. You can't really judge that performance. Some people like Martin from the Mancunian way saying form goes out the window on a derby day, so not to look into it.
You can't win with certain City fans because up until Luton we were getting criticised for not creating chances, not scoring goals, and just scraping through games. We go to Luton and which is a tough place to go, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And on a Tuesday night, it's got banana skin written all over it, and we're going at them for 6, and people are still moaning.
Yeah,
I just think the positives from the Luton was Erling Haaland 5 goals, outstanding.
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne link up, you could see that was ticking, and we managed to rest Rodri, Foden, etc. So for me, Luton was a big positive, and I think the lads going into training this week would have been so full of confidence and buzzing that they've done that. I think we're going into this derby Sunday, apart from the Grealish injury, I think we're going in there full steam ahead.
Yeah, it's good. Like, as much as people say it's Luton, I agree. I think Luton's a difficult place to go to as well. So I kind of hyped it up a little bit more than what people were doing. Because I think it was a really good performance. The movement was really good. Haaland throwing in his little doubles of Kane.
There in the league.
Yeah.
1-1, and apparently, it's a tough place. But City going at him for 6, and apparently it's easy.
Yeah, then it's an easy team. Can't judge it.
Can't
you can't win. I think Grealish will be a miss. Like, I really wanted Grealish to be back for this game. It's unfortunate that he got that. He re-upped his injury.
Grealish, I'm getting the feeling now that there's a lot of Manchester City fans that are starting to eat a bit of humble pie. Especially like we get the Grealish Doku debate all the time. They're totally different players, but what you get with Jack Grealish is the control. Whereas if you look at Copenhagen away, we start the game, they haven't touched the ball for 10 minutes. The ball's fluid, it's going from left to right, and it all looks nice. Jack goes off injured. Jeremy comes on. Jeremy's very dynamic and direct. We know that, and exciting. But sometimes he's holding the ball too long on the left.
Yeah.
I think what Pep's got to try and do with Jeremy is get him into this system where it's not all about Jeremy.
It's not you get the ball, you've got to beat the man, innit?
Raheem Sterling was a bit the same, but Pep changed him into a 20 goal a season winger. But with Jack the other night, again, he come on, we looked controlled, it looked fluid and that, and it's just, I feel sorry for him. He's had a bad few months, his house got burgled, and that can't have been easy, and then he got this groin injury, and then he thought he was over it, and he's got it again, and England coming up and that, so he's probably having a bit of a tough time at the minute.
Yeah, I feel for him, definitely. Like, when he went off against Copenhagen, because I thought the Copenhagen game was way back in. I think he'd been on the bench for the previous 6 games before that, something like that. So I think people were getting concerned about it. There's rumours about, obviously, dressing, training stuff. And at Copenhagen, I was like, right. And to see him playing for that first 20 minutes really well, I was like, buzzing. This is his statement to get back into the side now. Because Jack Grealish is in our strongest 11.
100%.
He's 100%. That left wing is his spot. He's in our strongest 11 without a doubt. So I wanted him back in. He obviously came back in against Luton again. Looked really good. The turnaround from the Copenhagen injury to this, I thought, was a lot quicker than I thought it'd be.
Yeah.
When he got injured at Copenhagen, I think me and Hugh were saying, be back for Liverpool. Just be back for Luton. Then he was back for Luton. I was like, oh, this is a lot quicker. But obviously he's re-upped it now, and he's not available this weekend. Who do you think will play left wing then? Do you think it'll be Doku?
I think he'll play Doku, yeah, I do. I think he will. I just think he'll have a go at Dalot with him. Nunes played there. It didn't do too bad, but I just feel that they need to have someone to think about. And I think Dalot, with Nunes, I don't think he'd be overly concerned with Nunes, but with Doku, we've seen it before. Jeremy can go at him. I think he's going to start with Doku and probably Bernardo on the right, Foden, De Bruyne, and Rodri in the middle, and then the back four is intriguing, isn't it? Because do you play an Ake, a Diaz, a Kanji, Stones at right back? Do you drop Kyle, or are United going to play on the counter attack with Rashford and Garnacho, and do you start Kyle in case
they get him behind?
In case they get him behind, so you don't know. If we play Akanji, they might have, or if we play Stones at right back and he gets carried away into midfield, if City are sloppy, that's their break. I feel with Kyle there, and just tell Kyle to not go marauding too far until we settle in the game. I think City's got to be patient. Me, I don't think the crowd need to worry. I think we can go 20, 30 minutes just having them chase us, and then the gaps will appear. Then take them off the game. Don't go and force it early doors. Let them nick one, and then they've got something to sit in with.
They can full sit back then, and we've got to break them down.
I think we've just got to keep them chasing. I don't think they're good enough to stay in the shape and defend well at the Etihad. I think it won't be long before we get through.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think a bit of patience is needed on the weekend. I think as much as it'd be nice to get a fast start, do you know what I mean? The Gundo 13 seconds kind of thing would be nice, but it's not going to happen. I think just control the game, control the tempo of the game. Do what City do best. Like the games, I said this last night, the games where we look the worst is where we don't have control. Like the Chelsea games, the Tottenham game, that period where we were drawing all the time. Yeah. They're the games where City look the worst, where we're not dictating the play. We're kind of playing at the other team's tempo, and I don't see us doing that against United.
I think they're going to sit in with Casemiro and Amrabat in the midfield, probably Mainu. I think Bruno go on the right, Garnacho on the left, Rashford in the middle. But I think they'll be told, basically, Amrabat and Casemiro will be told to get in our face. I think Kevin De Bruyne recently, if you watch Kev, if it looks like there's a tackle coming, he pops the ball off quick. He don't want to get involved in physicality.
He don't want anything like that.
So I'm thinking, if I'm Ten Hag, I'm thinking, right, put it on Kev.
Yeah.
I'll go mad if that happens, but that's what I'm saying as a rival. But at the end of the day, we're better than them. Rodri's more physical in there. He'll absolutely run that midfield, I think.
Yeah. Do you think Kev will start?
Yes.
I've seen a lot of rumours on Twitter saying, obviously he played the whole Luton game. I've seen loads of people saying, oh, Kev won't play the weekend, he'll bring him on as a sub, but I think that's a stupid move to make, especially when look at Kevin De Bruyne and Haaland's link up against Luton.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the start of something brewing. That like obviously we know that they've played together before, but it seems like it's clicked now. That Luton game, I think that's going to go on like leaps and bounds from that.
Someone's saying Amrabat will go left back. I don't think he will. I think they'll play Lindelof at left back against City. Bernardo Silva will torture Amrabat at left back.
Yeah. That'd be self-destruct.
I think, but no, I come out of Luton and some of the guys were saying, "Oh, I'm gutted that Kev played full 90 minutes," but I get the feeling Kev's asked to play the 90. I think he turned around and said, "Look, because don't forget he didn't play a few games a few weeks back, so I think he's just thinking, let me get this 90 under my belt. I feel ready for the derby, and it should be all right."
Yeah, man. Big up LB, mate. With the £2 super chat, it says Grealish won't be available for Liverpool. I know that he's not available this weekend. Obviously, we don't know the timelines on it. It's probably it's looking like he's going to be out for
the international break. He'll be back, I think.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because I really wanted him in for that Anfield game, but obviously we can't always have it our way. I think we're fortunate in the sense that we've got all the squad available bar Grealish. We went for a period of like quite a few players being out. But yeah, it's unfortunate that he's not in. Simon Clark, chefs with the 14 months. Big Stephen Jordan. Big love to our Jack because he'll be back. Man, I think Jack will be back and he'll smash it when he gets back. It's just unfortunate. Like we're getting into the business end of the season. Peps finding his strongest City side. We're getting into clutch games as well. Newcastle. I mean, these knockout kind of games. And this month, I think, is a defining period in our season.
100%. If we get through these games, it's game on. But, you look at the way we've been playing up to Luton, and it hasn't been as confident as we have been over the seasons gone past. So people were like, you know what, it's going to be tough. But we rise to the occasion in the bigger games, you know what I mean? And like Peps come out today in his press conference and said, somebody mentioned the games, and he said, I love it, I'd rather this. Because these are the big games every 3 days and every week, and this is where the team... They thrive on it. Last season, the momentum that they got, and the fans got the same momentum. We had the same momentum in the stadium and that. And this is where we got to kick on now. If we can beat United and go to Anfield next week, I'm convinced we win at Anfield. I've said it all season. This is the season we win at Anfield. and I'm convinced of it. We go there and we win at Anfield.
I think we have to win at Anfield. I think them to win that, I think, gives them such an edge on us, and they've got an easy running as well. We've still got to play Spurs after that.
It's not easy for us, but I just feel when the chips were down that season with Vincent Kompany, and we had to win 14 games on the trot, not draw, win, and we won them all. That's when City's at their best.
Yeah, I think there's no question of like getting the players up for it.
And that made me ill, by the way. I swear to God, I've never been as ill. I got to Brighton for the last game.
Was that one when they scored first?
Yeah, I was physically exhausted. I had all my lips were chapped because I was drained. I had about a week where I didn't even speak to anyone. And I got to the game and I was like, even my daddy said to me, he went, football club's killing you, man. He went, you're too invested in it. He said, it's my life, you know what I mean? You're getting up in the morning to City, dinner time City, the milkman City, you go to the shop City. I go everywhere now, everyone knows me for City. I've just been in the barbers for an hour, City. Do you know what I mean? The people that come in, City. So it's like...
You can't stop talking about City. You can't avoid it.
You can't avoid it unless you go to... I went to Dubai and I'm in the water park and some guy just comes out of nowhere and goes, "All right, Big Steve, what do you think about?" And I'm talking about City. You know what I mean? So
you're trying to get away.
I try to get away on holiday. I can't. So, but yeah, it's going to be tough. But do you know what? I always say in the season, I like them games that give you a feeling in your chest.
Yeah.
And Sunday gives me that feeling. Anfield next week, walking up to the ground thinking, we could do it here at Anfield. That gives me that feeling.
That's another one, isn't it?
That's that feeling, you know what I mean? And that's what you want in football, man.
Yeah, it's a weird one. Like, I'm having this conversation now is like you saying that, and all this now just talking about Derby is getting me like I've already got the nerves now. Like it's Friday, I've got till Sunday. I'm gonna be a mess.
I remember. Do you know what though? The difference, right? I bet people in the chat. I bet you've been in work this week. I bet you've been talking to your family this week. I can guarantee you, yeah, that all your mates, United mates, and all your family have been saying, "You'll beat us at weekend. You'll hammer us at weekend. We're shit. You'll hammer us at weekend." Tell them to do one. Listen, we had the chest out years ago going to Old Trafford with Benjani and that. We would never say to them they're going to beat us. Never.
No,
we always turn up in a derby. Man City, whether they're shit or not, whether we get beat 5-0 or not, we always turn up in a derby. And there's one thing for certain as well. No Manchester City away end at Old Trafford ever empties. 5-0 down at Old Trafford, that away end was there, full. If you know anyone who's got a taxi firm in Manchester and wants to earn a few quid, about 40 minutes into the game Sunday, park all your taxis outside on Ashton New Road near Mary D's, yeah? Because when the fourth goes in and all that away end empties, you'll make a killing with all them Reds getting back to Stretford from there. So that's my tip of the weekend.
Yeah, it is mad. It is mad. The atmosphere's going to be big at the weekend, hopefully. I've seen Ollie there asking, what do you think we'll win this season? Which is always a big question.
Anything. Listen, anything will do. You know, we just got to keep winning trophies, you know. The question I get asked the most is, Steve, would you win the Premier League 4 in a row, or would you win Champions League 2 in a row? Now, for anyone to even ask me that is fantastic, because that proves that we're fucking fantastic.
To have that conversation is mad.
Yeah. And I said this, the 4 in a row is brilliant. It's never been done. But there's only so many... there'll only be so many weeks you can dine out on 4 in a row before no one gives a shit. But if you win 2 Champions Leagues back to back, that is big. That takes us one behind them. Yeah. That is big. So that's for me, huge. I'm taking the big dog trophy.
Ooh.
I'm taking it. I want 2 Champions Leagues. That is what I want. You know what I mean? More Premier Leagues is coming. Trust me. But that Champions League, 2 in a row, back to back. I'm having
that's a controversial one. That a lot of people, because loads of people have different opinions on it. Chat, let us know what's your opinion.
Don't
4P
forget
or
last
double.
season. Do you remember the question last season? Would you rather win the FA Cup?
Oh yeah.
And lose the Champions League? And everyone said the FA Cup, and I broke it down and said, "Are you mad?" I went, "If we win the FA Cup, nobody gives a shit against United. Nobody cares. We beat United at Wembley. It lasted 2 days. Then we were on to Istanbul when we won the treble. So the Champions League, whether they like it or not, was bigger than beating Man United." That mentality of beating Man United in the FA Cup, get that out of your head, because they're not that Man United anymore. It doesn't mean out like that.
People just wanted that. Oh, we can't lose to United in the FA Cup. I'd rather have that FA Cup. But
You want the Champions League? I'd rather have lost to United in the FA Cup and won the Champions League.
Yeah, same.
I
agree. I'm the opposite of you. I'm on 4-peat. A lot of the chat are on 4-peat. I'm on 4-peat mode. I mean, we could win both, which is mad. Again, to have that, to be able to say that we could win both.
But if Man United won a 4-peat, or they won another Champions League, I'd be more arsed they won another Champions League and took it to 4 than they won 4 Premier Leagues on the trot.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Liverpool, they win another Champions League, 7. You know, Chelsea win another Champions League, it's 3. They win another Premier League, no one's asked.
Yeah, because it's just another one, isn't it?
I just think
another one
that
onto it. Like,
Champions League, let's get in there.
It'd be good to be able to say that we've won more Champions Leagues than them. That'd be insane.
Listen, let's take it all. Let's win another treble. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't want to talk about it, but the fact is, we are in the competitions to win the treble again. Obviously, Newcastle's going to be difficult in the next couple of weeks. We've got Copenhagen still. I think we've done the business. Really, I do think we'll beat them.
Yeah, especially the Etihad form.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's the treble conversation's always a funny one to have.
Saeed knocking about in the chat.
Yeah, Saeed is in the chat. I see he said no Grealish, no party. Said Saeed. Big words from you, Saeed, mate. John Luton. He jumped in the watch and said, "Please stop scoring."
Yeah, well, it's painful. I was at the Etihad with him yesterday. He was really excited. He wanted to know if the trophies was in the shop so he could get his picture took with them and that. We didn't. I said, no, they're not in there. He wanted to film around the other side of the ground where there was nothing. But I made him come round the front where it says best team in the land and all the world. And the Mank Talk special is out today at 4:00. It's good.
Yeah, so this stream, by the way, will redirect automatically over to the Mank Talk special with Saeed and Big Steve. So go hit a like on that. It's out at 4 p.m. today, which is exciting. Yeah, big up Saeed, mate. It'll be good. It says, Bevo with a 499 says, I hope we absolutely smashed them. I'll say 4-1 with chest. Luke on the United podcast was funny. MCFC lads was on the United stand yesterday.
Luke knows what he's doing on there. He
knows how to rile them up, doesn't he?
I spoke to him the day before and he knows what he was doing, man. We had something lined up for them Reds on there, but we didn't execute it this time. But he rattled them anyway. He's too cool. It's 3 against 1. He's too cool. And he did well on there. And at the end of the day, he represented us really well, I thought.
Yeah, he's a quality MCFC lads. 2008 United versus Treble City team. We beat them twice in 2008.
Yeah, we did. That's what they're saying. They said to Luke, 2008 United team or Man City's treble team, and Luke said, well, let's just go 2008 City team. We got beat 8-1 off Middlesbrough, but we beat you twice.
That was
and
fun.
the Reds fell off.
Yeah, because what can they say to that?
And he
like?
sat there with his City top on with a gold badge in the middle, just like gleaming in the lights. I love it, man.
Love that. Love to see that. Well in, Luke, mate. Broken Memories, his channel's been hacked again. Yeah, his channel has been hacked again, unfortunately. Bad, I'm not sure. The thing is, last time he knew exactly what happened. This time he has no idea how it's happened. So he's
Luke actually runs my TikTok and that for me, so I hope my TikTok hasn't been hacked.
Oh yeah. He's just sweating on that. Yeah, so that's a Sunday then. The back four, as you said before, I think that's one of the big talking points. That's like you say, it could go either way. It's either full centre back mode or Kyle Walker plays. I'm of the opinion that he's going to play Kyle Walker because I think Ten Hag will set up to counter us and do the over the top ball. That's how everyone's getting chances.
Does he play the Real Madrid setup at home and they don't fucking touch the ball and we just kill them? Don't worry about them. They might get through. Vinicius Junior and all that might get through like them games. But I just think, yeah, like you say, Kyle might play. I think they're not going to touch the ball for a while. I just think we're too good.
I think we're too good. I think it's funny because I get nervous for the game, but I'm so confident that we're going to win. Like I'm so confident of a good performance from City, but I still get nervous for it. I think it's just it's obviously that's football, isn't it?
It's just United, isn't it? You know, we've seen it before when we've expected to win and they've come and beat us and stuff. And then you got Rashford who's been sulking for weeks. He might turn up and end up playing like Pele. You know, that happens a lot. And listen, if you can't be confident with this Manchester City team now, then you never will be.
True.
City fans have got to go out there with a chest. I did just a little stream on my channel, which is out tonight, and I just said to the fans, let's get there, have a few beers, get in the ground, 10 minutes before kickoff, get in your seat, and let's just, from the minute, go. Like we did against Real Madrid, like we did against Bayern Munich, let's get behind the lads. Then Pep's got no excuse to be saying anything about the crowd. We've got to leave it all in there, you know what I mean? It's Derby Day, Mancunian pride, it's about blue v red, it's about us giving it them, so everyone get in the stadium for me, 10 minutes, get in your seat, and let's give it them, man. Because United's away support is good, and it's very good, and it will be loud, and they will be giving it. So we need to be on it, man, in that south stand, in that corner, we need to be on it.
Yeah, straight back at them, innit? Without Grealish, the Real Madrid thing will be difficult. I know that Grealish, without Grealish, it does pose the idea of, it poses the lack of control, which we've seen by example recently. Do you think in our stream yesterday, people saying Mateus Nunes or Oscar Bob for it?
It depends, because I've seen Bob come on and I've seen him control the game a little bit, where he's got the ball and instead of trying to beat the man, he's laid it back into midfield a little bit like what Grealish does. I just worry about Nunes sticking to the task. I seen Pep having a go at him against Luton for flicking his foot out and trying to do daft flicks.
Yeah.
And then Jeremy, I love Jeremy Doku so much, but I just think he's so raw, and I think sometimes he holds the ball too long. And at the minute, we all know what he's going to do, Jeremy. He'll do that little step over. He'll pretend to flick it that way, and he flicks it that way.
Yeah.
He gets to the byline, and he stops and brings it back, and he'll do it again. But by the time, that passage of play's gone on, Jack Grealish would have recycled that 3 or 4 times. It had gone back to Bernardo looking for the gaps, you know what I mean? So sometimes with me, I like Jeremy coming off the bench when people are fucked.
Yeah,
you just go and have a fucking mad one for 20 minutes now.
Do what you want. Do you know what I mean?
But as a game starts with control, Oscar Bob might get a shout. It's a shout. Nunes in training might be Pep might see him as a with Jack injured that side. We just don't know. But I do believe that Pep likes Nunes. I've been told of people that work at the club that in training he is dynamite.
Really?
Dynamite. I've been told that. He said, honestly, he's dynamite. Pep spends a lot of time with him, talking to him and that. So I think he sees something in him.
Yeah, if he's doing that, he clearly sees a bit of potential. I mean, we were scouting him when he was at Sporting. He was playing the 6 role there quite a bit. So, that's interesting that, because earlier, like a few months ago, people were having the debate of whether Nunes, there's any point in coming to City.
I think City fans just get impatient with these players. Listen, Pep Guardiola, he doesn't always work. So sometimes, like with Calvin Phillips, it didn't always work. Pep realised, I think, that he wasn't the guy he wanted him to be. And I think with Nunes, he can see something in him. And I think if Pep can see something in you, then you've got a chance. You know what I mean? Pep's seen something in Fabian Delph to make him a left back. Pep's seen something in Zinchenko to move him from a 10 to a left back. We've seen Rico Lewis play in this inverted role, and then we've seen him go into midfield. So
attacking
we
midfield,
look at John Stones. He's seen John Stones, and he's made him look at Akanji, man. £14 million. Got to be one of the best signings you've ever seen.
That is incredible. That signing.
But everyone was like Manuel Akanji, Nathan Ake, 40 mil. He's just going to be on the bench. Look at him. So I think Nunes next season, you might see a different player.
I agree. Well, it takes players time to get into a Pep side. Like if you look at Riyad Mahrez, people say that people don't like his first season at City, and it wasn't the best. His numbers were up there, but it wasn't the best from him, as we did get to see. Typically for wingers, it is harder for players to get into. A lot of these
players, what you got to realise is there's a documentary, a Barcelona one out called Pass Move or something. It's a Pep Barcelona.
Oh, is it?
And Thierry Henry is on that, and he says, I came to Barcelona, I'm Thierry Henry. I get the ball, I fucking run at the defender, I beat him, I score. Pep Guardiola's like, today, you're not having the ball today, you're not touching it. And he's like, what? He went, when Xavi and Iniesta get the ball, they're going to look at you as if you're going to make a run. He said, so I need you to make a run. And he said, but you'll drag the back 4 away because they're going to think the ball's coming over the top.
Think it's for him.
But when you drag the back 4 away, that gives Messi 25 yards to run into with the ball. So instead of zipping it over to Henry, he zipped it into Messi. Next minute, before they realise what doing, Messi's right on the edge of the box.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they were using on people thinking about Henry to get Messi, and then that's when he said, I had to learn that football was a team game. And then one game he told him not to shoot, and he shot and scored, and they took him off.
Oh, yeah, I remember him talking about that
and then
one. Yeah,
Eric
yeah.
Abidal actually went to the president of Barcelona and said, "This guy's mad. He don't know what he's doing. I'm a centre back. He's playing me left back, and he's doing this, he's doing that." But that's just the genius of the guy. So when you actually think about it, Jack Grealish is the same. He's not the Aston Villa Grealish. You don't want him to get on the ball. We do, because we're fans.
We're
want
fans.
to see
We
Jack
want to see
fly
it
through the middle and shoot.
Yeah, we want midfield Jack.
We want to see Nunes, Maradi. It's not happening. We want to see Jeremy going boom, boom, boom. But Pep might want Jeremy to just relax a little bit and things. And I think you've just got to trust the manager. He's the best in the world.
Yeah, we can't exactly
Moan.
moan at all. It is mad. Pep's crazy, and it's Pep roulette. Like that's why it's so hard to pick a Pep side, is because even now we've got 3 options for left wing that we don't know what he's going to go with, and the back 4 we don't know which way he's going to run it. It's difficult.
My dad actually thinks sometimes Pep does it on purpose to wind people up. He said to me, he just seems to throw a mad curveball out there. And people go, fucking hell, why is he doing that?
Yeah.
I think that's just Pep's way.
If you haven't already, do us a favour, hit the like button on the stream, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Big up to Big Steve, obviously in-person Big Steve show, which is sick. Kovacic, I think he's been playing really well recently.
Yep.
Any chance to start?
I wouldn't be disappointed if he started, you know. I think he's doing really well. I think you've seen against Luton, first minute, 2 minutes in the game, watch it. Ball goes back to Ortega. Kovacic comes flying out of nowhere, right in front of him. Give me the ball. Ortega gives it him straight away, laid it straight off. Rodri. Calvin Phillips can't do that.
Yeah.
Calvin can't. He takes 2-3 touches. That ball's going, it's not moving. Kovacic straight in, gimme, bang. And it's like he's an older player. He's got a second lease of life under Pep. He's good in tight spaces. He can get himself out of it. He can drive with the ball. And we bought him for experience. We lost Ilkay Gundogan, who's in this running now. You need experienced players.
Yeah.
So if they can look round the dressing room and see who's struggling a bit, who's confident, who's not, can go and put an arm around him. I think Kovacic is that guy. We forget he's won the Champions League how many times? It's 4 or something. Do you know what I mean? He's like, and at the minute, watching him play, I don't think any City fan would be worried if Kovacic started the derby.
I think, again, it's... Do you know what you said about Grealish, humble pie? Like, a lot of people now are crying for Grealish, like, now that he's injured and kind of thing, and having a bit of a U-turn with it. I think the same with Kovacic. Like, I've backed the Kovacic signing from day one.
Yeah.
I thought it was an incredible signing. Absolutely incredible signing. For what did he pay? 25 mil? For his experience. And I didn't think and I still don't think he's a done player. I think he's going to do really well under Pep. What is he, 28? I mean, we signed Fernandinho when he was 28. So I just feel like there's so much more to come from Kovacic. Like I say, second lease of life under Pep. And yeah, he did have a difficult period in this season during the Arsenal game kind of thing. He had a shocker in that. He had a few bad games, but he did hit the ground running here, which is not what you see from a lot of players who come under a Pep side. He just took it straight away. And like I say, press resistant. He is incredible in the City side, and I'll maintain that. If Kovas started on Sunday, like you said, I would have no complaints.
When at Luton, when I seen him drop deep and ping that ball off, that got me so excited, because I spoke to Calvin Phillips a few times, right? And Calvin's a lovely fella, yeah. And I said to him, "You got to watch Rodri and that," and he was like, "There's nobody like Rodri," and I get that. It's like me being signed for Juventus when Zidane's playing in the 10, and they're saying when Zidane's injured, you've got to play the 10. I ain't going to be doing what he's doing, am I? Yeah, I'm my own man. But with Calvin, he had the worst job in the world. When Rodri's not fit, you've got to
go and do that.
Fernandinho could do it, because what happened was Rodri was the understudy to Fernandinho. Yeah. They played together that season, and then Fernandinho realised, right, I've got to help this kid. He's going to go and be number one. I'm going to come in when the going gets tough at the end, rattle a few cages, win a few fouls, pull a few people down, see City out. He understood that. Calvin just came from Leeds. He won that England Player of the Year thing. He come into Man City, and he's probably sat there first day of training and thought, wow, what the fuck am I doing here? That's what he's probably thought.
Yeah.
And then he's gone, shit, I'm in the deep here. And then he's only getting scratches of minutes here and there. Then Pep don't really trust him, and then it's all downhill. He's gone to West Ham. You've seen him. He's rusty.
Yeah,
he's
not
caused
looking
2
good.
goals, and he's
Got sent off.
And it's like,
I feel for him because
I
I think there's a player in there. I do think Calvin Phillips is a good player.
I've just got to say that he's not going to be. He's not a Manchester City player, Calvin.
No, he's not.
I don't think he is. I think he's had his chance. It didn't work out. And a perfect fairy tale for Calvin Phillips is Leeds United get promoted. They come back up.
Yeah.
Calvin goes back there.
Go back there, revive his career.
With James Milner on a free. So you have Milner and Calvin Phillips there. Go around the Premier League, rattle a few cages. Leeds are back, fucking snapping legs and that. It'd suit Calvin, that.
James Milner on a free. Where is he now? Brighton.
He's at Brighton.
Wild,
He's a big
that.
Leeds fan, isn't he, Milner? So
Yeah, that'll be that'd be big. Yes, Bevo again with a 5. Appreciate your super chats, bro. And all support. Big up to everyone who's liked the stream as well. Bevo, yes, says everyone needs to trust in Pep. Steve, you're right though. I've said before. I swear he makes these mad changes for thrills.
my dad says it all the time to me. He'll text me and he'll go, "Fucking hell, he's done it again, hasn't he?" What? I go, "He's had me worrying here. I'm sat here." My dad says, "I'm sat here ready to enjoy it." Pep will throw a curveball in the starting lineup, and then my dad's arse is going.
Yeah, that's the way it is. Like sometimes you just think it's so the lineup's simple. It picks itself. But then Pep will just throw mad ones in there. Like I mean, Oscar Bob starting would be mad for the weekend. Like I think that's a big opportunity.
I like
for him,
Oscar. You know, I think he's obviously he's very young, but that finish at Newcastle is not easy to do.
No,
With
the way he
that
rounds the
amount of
keeper
pressure.
as well. Yeah,
just a bump in, and then the other night he come on. And he's learning. He signed a new contract and that. And listen, you're working with the best manager in the world, and you're working with the best players in the world every day. He's living the dream, Oscar Bob. Just signed a contract and that, but there's no rush for him to do anything. He can come in, tick along nice, just get minutes. Next season, that's when he's got to kick on and step it up again and fight for a place.
Do you think? And this is like a weird one. It might be kind of United fans won't like, but do you think? Derby days now, obviously, like we're going in favourites. Look at United fans; they're all saying, "Oh, I'll be happy if you only beat us 2-1." They're giving that kind of energy off. Do you think Derby days are statement games anymore? Like in the season, like
I mean, we can't afford to lose them because we're going for the title.
no, yeah, we still need to be winning.
We still need to win them. For them, they can moan all they want, but for them, it's bragging rights. It's like how we used
It's
to.
with us, isn't it? That's
They were going for titles. If we beat them, they used to say, "Well, we beat United, though." And we was happy with that. I think they'll be happy with that. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. Football's in cycles and roundabouts, and no doubt Man United will come again, and we're going to have many a battle with them. But at the end of the day, my generation, growing up, we were tortured by them because they were so good. But there's a generation of kids out there now that we're torturing them. City are torturing them. These kids got to go in school on next week. If City flops them, they got to take the medicine like we did.
yeah. Do you think Ten Hag right man for the job? I've seen rumours about him getting. The players still don't trust him. I call it a poison chalice United now.
Well, it is. It's a shithole at the minute. You know what I mean? But who is he about? I mean, you're in that catch-22. Do you change again? Then you've got to bring in a new assistant, a new coach, new scouts, new fitness people, new technology people, new analysts. You've got to bring a whole new team in. Then they come in and go, he's shit. I want to get him out. Well, you've got no money. You can only bring him in. You'll have to get some loans in. And it don't seem to... You're just patching it up. Bit like their fucking roof. They're just patching it up. You know what I mean? It's been leaking for 20 years. Fix the fucking roof, man. But who's they bring in? Who is it to bring in? You're better to keep him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know who they bring in. And I think they're going to have to trust a manager at some point to bring us some form of style.
But he's a gobshite. He come in, era's about to change.
Era's about
right?
to, yeah,
Didn't
era's
change
come
fuck
to
all.
an end and that,
Stood
yeah.
on the pitch last game of the season. We've
Oh,
got
with Mike
game.
out, yeah.
One more game, yeah.
Oh.
We're going at Manchester Derby City. They're all there. United. 13 seconds, boom, Ilkay Gundogan, bucket hats on, all sat there like knobheads, and we're on the way to the treble, mate. So he's better off just keep his gob shut, man.
Yeah, you are right. He's he makes it rod for his own back at times, especially that.
But they want to hear that. Them lot.
Yeah,
they're all there. They're listening for that. We need something. So he's there with a mic, shitting himself.
That's funny. That was funny. What's your favourite derby day ever?
I got asked this yesterday as well. I think when we beat them 3-1 at Main Road, the last ever derby at Main Road was brilliant. I remember that night out after that was sensational into Manchester, and it was City everywhere. It was brilliant. I loved that one. But the 6-1 at Old Trafford, man.
Did you go to that?
Yeah.
Did you? Oh, I'm so jealous.
I got up in the morning, right? We met at the Cheers bar in Prestwich, 8 o'clock, straight on the piss. Right, Balotelli had burnt his gaff down the night before with
fireworks, yeah.
So we're all going in the bookies. There's a William Hill next door. We're all having Balotelli hat-tricks, Balotelli 3-1, because we're thinking, this mad bastard, he's burnt his gaff down. We get taxis from the boozer to the ground, and then it happened. And the only way I can describe it is like being bullied off somebody for 20 years and knocking him out. That is how I felt when I walked out of Old Trafford. And I walked out of Old Trafford, I was 10 foot tall. They'd all fucked off with tails between their legs. I'd gone into town. It was kicking off everywhere because the City fans were just mocking it. People were doing the Poznan in nightclubs and all that. It was going off everywhere. And I ended up in a house party in Moston. And it was very scary. And I was going to get filled in. And I got in this kitchen and they were all on me. And I thought, I'm going to have to slip out here. And I slipped out of the back door and I fucked off. But I was that pissed. I never turned up for work. I got sacked. And I spent 2 weeks in my underpants watching the 6-1 on replay in my house, laughing my bollocks off. And then I had to get up and realise it's only a game of football. I had to go and get a job.
Yeah. Life exists outside of it.
Yeah, but I loved it, man. And like I say, the 6-1 was mint. And do you know what? It wasn't the 6th goal that got me. It was the 5th, because I'd grew up watching the 5-1. So I dined out on the 5-1 all my life.
Yeah.
So there was an old fella next to me, I'll never forget it. He must have been 80 odd, yeah. Little jacket on, little glasses on, dead frail. Silver goes through and I grabbed him. And I went, please 5. And then he put it through his legs for 5. So I've grabbed this bloke. I've squeezed him. I nearly broke his ribs. I was about 20 stone. This old bloke's going mad, I'm going mad. And I didn't even have, I always wanted to sing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. And we started singing it and we only got 2 verses in and it was 6.
And then it was 6. That's incredible.
So
that's incredible.
man. So yeah, they were the days, man. The Benjani one was good. Emotional with the Munich thing and everyone holding the scarves up, and they kept us behind after the game and we'd won. And Faxin Shinawatra and his wife appeared in the director's thing with City scarves.
Oh
they
shit,
were swinging
that was
around
sick.
and that, and all the City fans were singing and that, because we were shit.
Yeah.
But we'd done the job. But nah, I've had some good derby days. Obviously, it's just wild, innit? But yeah, the 6-1, mate, was
6-1's incredible.
Sensational, like sensational. It was just the pride I got off that. It was like, yeah.
It almost felt like the tide had turned as well.
It hurt them, that.
Yeah.
It hurt them, that.
That still hurts them now.
It hurts them. And it was good. It was good.
That's exactly why leaving at half time against us last season and stuff like that, they don't want to go through that same pain of that 6-1 again. So that's why they're all getting off early. They don't want nothing to do with it. They don't want to be there when their team's being that shit.
I mean, I remember being at Old Trafford when we drew 1-1, and Keith Curle had a penalty, and we were stood in the Stretford. Is it the Stretford end? No, we were stood behind the net, where the City fans are now. We had the full thing behind the net, and Keith Curle scored a penalty. And if you go on YouTube and watch it, the fucking scenes behind the net was unreal. That's how much it meant to us. You know what I mean? They were a big, massive juggernaut. We were City from Main Road. Do you know what I mean? We had no right to be mixing it with them.
Yeah.
We did. And now it's changed. We're massive. We're a juggernaut. We just won the treble. We've just won 5 trophies in a row. They've won a Carabao Cup and got a bucket hat. You know what I mean? So it's fantastic for Blues at the minute.
The bucket hat thing.
Yeah, with 10 men, Steve. I was there. Yeah, it was.
Yes, TJ.
And they were all throwing coffee on us and coins because they were above us.
Oh,
and we was only young.
Yeah.
But we did it, and I was there when we got beat 5-0. Andre Kanchelski's hat-trick. David Brightwell played. We had to sign an emergency goalkeeper in the week because we had no keeper. We signed Simon Tracy from Sheffield United. We're going to Old Trafford. I wagged school that week and went to the training ground. You could just walk in. And Uwe Rosler was running around the pitch. We were running around the pitch with him and that, kids.
That's sick.
That. Then I got home, got slapped up because the school had run my dad and said
I said that you didn't go in.
So I got caught twice wagging school. Once for that, the derby, and once when Georgie Kincladze was signing autographs at Main Road in the souvenir shop, and I went on my own to Moss Side. My mum and dad didn't have a clue where I was. School had rang, he's not here.
Oh, no.
I got home, mate. There was a search party out. There's me with my £2.50 Georgie Kincladze signed picture, thinking I'd made it in life, and then I got my arse levered and slung in bed.
Another thing of football.
I've still got the picture. Georgie Kincladze signed. I've still got it. It's only this big.
Yeah, I love it. You need to frame that.
I saved all my dinner money up, all week, and I got a bus from Moston to Manchester. I got Manchester to the souvenir shop. I queued up. People were looking at me because I was in a school uniform, but I didn't say out. I got in. I had a poster I wanted signing, but when I got in, City said you can only get things signed that were bought from the club.
Okay.
I only had £2.50 on me. That was my bus fare back.
Yeah.
So I bought a picture, got it signed off Kincladze, went to the bus stop, cried my eyes out to the driver, said I'd been mugged. He let me back to Manchester for free. Did the same trick. He let me back to Moston for free. Bouncing down the road thinking I'm Charlie Big Bollocks. Got in the house, got slapped up and thrown in bed. But at least I was crying in bed with me Georgie Kincladze.
Crying in bed, but you got your picture.
Like, yes.
Worth it.
Loved it, mate. Loved it.
That's 10 out of 10, that. 10 out of 10. Yes, Punny, bro. Oh, Paratosh, sorry. This is Paratosh says, looking forward for a City win on the weekend. Geordie, planning to also get a man bun? No, mate. I'm actually going barbers today. Like, I'm looking homeless. The continuous Steve is amazing. Love it. Yes, Paratosh, mate. I appreciate that, bro. Big up for the 33 months, which is a long time. What a goat. Those were the days. That is a great story. It's so mad. You got some mad stories like that.
Oh, I've got loads of stories.
City just seems to be doing nothing but shit for you, though. Like
loads, mate. But when I did that Lad Bible video and they were saying like, oh, Steve, that's that a lot of Manchester City fans felt like how I felt. So when I go out and I go to the ground now, they can always come up to me and say, Steve, that's how I felt, and that's how I felt, and it's true. We had the best fans around, and when I see people saying, "Oh, you've got no fans" and all that, it just makes me laugh and snigger, because when this football club was on its arse, like the bones of its arse, like the Main Road days, we were really poor. You wouldn't put up with it now. City fans wouldn't put up with it now. You'd be like, I'm not watching that. But we did, and we were like a band of brothers. We just thought, you know what? We're here every week. We go every week, and everyone used to say how good City fans was. But I tell you what, we were there in our numbers, thousands, just thinking that one day. Did we ever think Sheikh Mansour was coming? No. Did we ever think Pep Guardiola was coming? No. But we always thought we've got an FA Cup run us somewhere. We're going to go on a run, inflatable bananas and fucking paddling pools and all that we used to bring, and we're going to win the FA Cup. And we'd have took it. We would have took it, mate. And like you say, when this football club gets inside you, you can't get rid of it. It's like you can't shake it off. I remember people on the coaches going, I'm not fucking coming again. I'm not coming watching this shit again. 2 hours later on the coach home, you'd pull up at the stop and you'd go, see you later, Dave, and he'd go, I'll see you Sunday. So in 2 hours, he hated the club, but he fell back in love with it again. In 2 hours, and that's just what Man City did to you.
Yeah, that's what
we've laughed, we've cried, we've been in moments together. There's been times when I was a kid when I used to cry because I used to read in the paper that the club was under threat, and I used to think I might not have a football club. And people used to say, "Oh, your team's going bump and all that," and I'd be like saying to my dad, "What does that mean?" And he's like, "Oh, well, we won't be, but we'll do this and maybe one day and all that." And it's just where you come from and what you're with. And listen, there's a lot more bigger, better City fans out there than me. That book that Nigel Gregory written, the new one, To the Blue Moon and Back. You can buy it off Amazon. Nigel's the biggest City fan I know. And that book is unbelievable. For any Man City fan wants to know about Main Road stories, get that book. It's broken down into chapters, pre-season tours. Nigel is that big of a City fan that City had a training camp in Abu Dhabi last year, and Nigel flew out just in case they did a behind closed door friendly, and he needed to be there. Just in case, so he didn't miss the match. So he didn't miss it, and he went and sat around the pool just in case. So he was there if it happened. Just in case. And like you say, there's loads of people out there, City fans who are fantastic. I've met hundreds of them, and but this club is special, man. It's special. Johnny there saying, what's the book called again? It's called To the Blue Moon and Back, because he's worked out that he's been watching City for all them years, and he's got all the miles of the away games he's been to, and he could have actually flown to the moon and back. That's incredible. It's a brilliant book. That's incredible. I'm sure you spoke about this to us a
a couple months back and that.
So the Blue Moon and Back on Amazon by Nigel Gregory. It's absolutely fantastic book.
Yeah, man, it got me wanting to get it now.
I've got one. I'll send it to you.
Have you? It wasn't.
Growing up in Moston as a kid in the 80s, it was dangerous being a City fan. Me too. I'm from Moston. I grew up there. The Ben Briley, the museum, the Thatched House. Yeah, it was dangerous, man. But it's not dangerous no more. We're on top of the world, man. We got to enjoy it.
Yeah. Weekend then. Score prediction.
4-0.
4-0.
Yeah, 4-0.
Did we give a clean sheet? Yeah.
No mercy. 4-0. Thank you very much. And that's it. That's all we need to do. South stand bouncing. We want everybody giving it them from the off. Don't matter if we go a goal down or anything like that. You know the game. Keep going.
Yeah. Do you think it'll be a dominant display from City? Or you're not asked?
I think the way I see it going in my head, I think we dominate the game.
Yeah,
I went to
I
Old
agree
Trafford
with you.
this year. I was working for City on the pitch, and part of me was thinking, you know what, you can't be too cocky because you're on the pitch and you know you're representing Man City and all that. And then I thought, you know what, bollocks to it. I'm going to tell the truth. So I told him, I said, we're come here today. You'll struggle to get the ball off us, and we'll hammer you. And we beat him 3-0. No problem. And I believe that we set the tempo. It's our house. Etihad Stadium's our house. We set the tempo. You ain't coming to our place and playing your way. We're coming and we're playing our way, and you've got to dance to the tune. It's whether or not you can find a way of getting lucky and getting one, because no mercy. Any Man City player that watches this stream, no mercy, man. Just no mercy on them. 6-1 the other year it was, in the 82nd minute, and we make a load of changes and they get 2 back, makes it look fluffier than what it was.
Yeah, because that was such a people overlook the result, that because everyone's saying 6-3, it's a lot closer than it was. That was pure domination, that game. We just made loads of changes and kind of let them back in with them 2 goals.
No.
I'd love a clean sheet.
Listen, that's not, people might go, oh, he's arrogant him, or Big Steve's this and Big Steve's that. Listen, Big Steve's been around long enough to have his own opinion on football, and my opinion is we're going to win 4-0. We're going to wipe the floor with you because we're better than you. That is as simple as it is.
I don't think they've done enough from the past derby results that we've seen under Ten Hag. I don't think I know they beat us with that Rashford offside, but I don't think they've done enough or come a long way enough to match us.
No.
Now I know form goes out the window and everything like that, but just on basic, our team, the quality of our team is so much further ahead than theirs.
Without a doubt.
I'm confident of a win. And like I always say, that doesn't mean I ain't gonna be shitting it. I'll still be shitting it. When I wake up on Sunday, I'll still feel sick.
So will I, and you know, and no one will get more shit than me online if that result goes.
You've done this thing right where you're the spearhead of the City community.
Yeah.
So if we lose, there'll be little clips of like us and that or what we say, but most of it, I've got, you know what I mean? All those fans, in this chat, you should all be thanking Big Steve, because every time City lose, and especially United, if anything was to happen this weekend, he's getting it. I'm not. Hugh's not. None of the neighbours aren't. None of the other ones are. He's getting it.
I get it, man. But like you say, it is what it is. TikTok and all that's wild, innit?
It is.
You know what I mean? But listen, that's what we're there for. Big enough shoulders to take it.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, it's not going to happen, man. It is not going to happen. We're ready for it, and we've all got to be ready for it. And I say to everyone, always get your flags out your window. Yeah, wind your neighbours up. Get them blue flags out the car. Get them out the window. Get your nana wearing a City top to the shop. Whatever you do, just wind them up, man. Prove that Manchester is blue. Get them flags flying, man. For so many years, the flags were in the loft, and we were scared to put them out. Get them out, man.
Yeah, man. Right, we'll wrap it up there. Appreciate it as always, Big Steve. It's been a different one because you're actually here.
It's good, yeah, because it's relaxed, isn't it? It's chilled out.
It gives me podcast vibes.
Yeah, it is. It's a good. Do you know what? I've never ever done a proper sit down, Man City podcast where City planned on doing one with me. They asked me could they do a podcast with me about the journey from Main Road to the treble, and it's been a year and I've still not heard from him. But I'm going to do one soon. I have got some belting stories, mate.
I know you do. You've
Fantastic
been playing
stories,
you've been showing us some then,
Some
like
fantastic ones, mate.
well, like I say, we're bringing back the City Extra podcast. Big up to Buddy, I think it was. It's going to be rebranded as Extra Time. Bringing back City Extra podcast and stuff, and then like having these kind of.
We need to run a competition for one of Nigel's book. I've got some at home that Nigel gave me, so think of something you want to do competition wise, and I'll send the winner a book.
Yeah, but I'll see his Instagram post. That's always an easy way to do it.
Do an Instagram post or do it on one of your streams. Just I don't know, hit like button. Just people. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Best comment or I don't know, whatever. We'll do another show and we'll do.
Yeah, we'll do it next
super chat or something, and then it will get a copy of the book or something.
Yeah, next show, best super chat. We'll pick it. Wins a copy of Nigel's book. That's probably the best.
Yeah, and I'll send them one out. No problem.
Yeah, absolutely buzzing. Right, everyone. I appreciate you all. If you haven't already, do us a favour, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Big up again to Big Steve. He's got the Mank Talk special coming out at 4:00. This stream will redirect you straight there.
I think I've got a derby preview on I pre-recorded it before on my channel at about 5:00. They should be following me anyway. You know what I mean? There's a lot of City fans out there that don't follow me on. They need to follow me on YouTube, man. Saeed's got more followers than me. That can't happen.
That's criminal.
You know what I mean? I'm there about 24,000. We need to get it on it. Operation Big Steve. Let's get me up there, man. Get me up there.
Operation Big Steve, yeah. I mean, there's no little Steve in it. You know what I mean? He can't
behind us, man.
Saeed can't be bigger. There's no big Saeed.
No.
You know what I mean? It needs to be
They
Big
hate
Steve.
him, man. United fans hate Saeed. He's got more subscribers than me.
Madness. Absolutely madness. Right, big up everyone, and we'll see you in the next one. There'll be obviously more content surrounding the derby coming up in the next few days. Again, big up to Big Steve, and yeah, see you later.